public life which she has been pursuing with such grace, elegance, and commendable sense of social responsibility as should be expected of someone with royal blood. Indeed, we gain a much better understanding of the book titled Lagos, Legacy of Honor. We could view it less as an intellectual disposition than as a catalogue of various aspects of Lagos life since pre-colonial times. But this is not a simple task, and it is the credit of Princess that she succeeds throughout the book in capturing the attention of the reader. What emerges out of the book is by and large a richly informative account of the central place and the role of Lagos in our country's development, situated against the background of the cosmopolitan character of the city and the historical and social forces that shape the development of the city and its economic, cultural, political, and social institutions. Although sparsely documented, the book is written in clear and simple language and in a narrative, if sometimes argumentative style. If it brought historical swing, appears over-ambitious, leaving us with an unsatiable appetite for more details. This is more than compensated for by the snippets of social and cultural conditions at various stages of city development that emerges from the book, and by the fascinating and compelling insight into the local politics and dynamics whereby Lagos has been gained from the book. In this respect, Lagos, Legacy of Honor, is a useful addition to the core of books on Lagos, with its major contribution likely to be its sympathetic and understanding partisan account of the central and nationalistic role of King Kusumo in redefining and expanding the institution of royalty in Lagos as a social force in the city, even within the constrained limits imposed to its own authority by the imposing and intimidating British colonial presence at its doorsteps. Another part of the book is its focus on the intersection of the economy, the culture, the politics in illustrating the development of Lagos and as magnetic forces in its external relations with its neighbors along the coast and the Yoruba intercontinental territory. We have therefore along a different but complementary path. I do this by indicating the argument in each chapter, following this latter with a short itemization and analysis of the substantive threads and themes that hold the book together. Legacy of Honor is divided into 15 chapters with a foreword by Professor Nuruddin Alau, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. Chapter 1 on Lagos before the 19th century, myths and foundations, offers a historical and socio-cultural overview of the origins of Lagos and of its early development as an entry port. The cultural and political links between pre-colonial Lagos and Benin are also traced, as are also the links with Ile-Ife. The political development of Lagos up to 1800, particularly the rising influence and political clout of the Oba of Lagos, is sketched, as is the emergence of an aristocracy of chiefs. Chapter 2, titled Lagos in the 19th Century, Dynastic Troubles and the Coming of the British, carries the narration in chapter 1 further in historical sequence. The monarchy polarized the society into factions and created the socio-political tension and instability which gave birth to the British intervention. Chapter 3, British consulate and the annexation of Lagos, describes the consolidation of the pan-Africanization of Lagos through immigration from the Gold Coast, Sierra Leone, Cuba, and Brazil during this period. Chapter 4 is on Dozumu and the cession of Lagos to the British. Here, the missionary and commercial factors in the annexation of Lagos are narrated. We are told that these two factors were not always supportive of each other. We are also given an interesting account of the effect of the annexation on the Egba and Ijebu. Solid foundation. There is long and turbulent reign for the emergence of Lagos as a leading, if not the leading metropolitan city in Africa, south of the Sahara. The author continues. Dosunmu and his successors left a legacy with the passage of time and the vicissitudes of local and national politics have not been able to erase. Chapter 6 is concerned with colonization, decolonization, independent, and after. The chapter offers a sketch which portrays Lagos as a focal point for political radicalism and anti-colonialism in the country. In this respect, we can follow the origin and development of the local press and the formation of proto-nationalist movements. We also see the contradictions between capital and religion as different phases of colonial rule and racism. Chapter 7 is on the cultural life of Lagos. Here, the emphasis is on arts, dance, and music as cultural artifacts, complemented by well-established drama, festivals, and masquerades, which, apart from their religious importance and relevance, provided regular entertainment of high professional quality. The role of the repatriates and of Christianity and Islam as cultural agents, as well as their intersection with the indigenous culture of Lagos, is also given considerable attention. The impact of the increasing urbanization and industrialization, including the monetization of social relations, of production, and the cultural life of Lagos, also receives some attention of the adolescents. Chapter 8 traces the impact of Lagos on Nigeria's economy. The chapter indicates the development of the economy of Lagos. Our city came to occupy the central critical position as the nerve center and heartthrob of the city's two republics. Describes a number of political and constitutional developments under the post-independence civilian rule and their effects on Lagos. We are offered a diary of some of the major political and civic events which Lagos witnessed under the two republics. Chapter 10, Lagos Chapter of Coup, takes us through the various successful coups which the country has experienced. This account is given against the backdrop of how the social life of Lagos has been affected by these coups, the party of Lagos being the seat of government and therefore a major arena of our struggle when a coup occurs or when a coup is attempted. Hence, sign of relief healed by some residents of Lagos when the seat of government was moved to Abuja. This is Chapters 11 to 13, respectively titled The Lagos of the Babangida, Better Life Program and Women Mobilization, and Farewell Lagos, all deal with various aspects of the development of Lagos under the Babangida administration. As Professor Alao points out in his fourth book, these three chapters devote detailed attention to the impact of the various programs and innovations of the Babangida administration on Lagos. The current or potential impacts of such programs as SAP, David, Better Life, Food Bank, Community Bank are simply but systematically discussed using commonly available data and statistics. The Babangida year, the author's summation is that General Babangida came and saw and delivered. And of the Better Life program, our conclusion is that the program in this state had already made its mark. Women already look upon it as their home. It was already being taught by rural women as a greatest legacy the army was leaving behind. Chapter 14 on Abuja, Vision, Myth and Reality, looks at the consideration that influenced the choice of Abuja as the federal capital territory and the problems and prospects facing it as the new seat of the federal government. In chapter 15, the concluding chapter entitled Legacy of Honor, the author attempts to compare King Dosumu's vision of leadership and statecraft with that of President Babangida. According to her, and in her words, between King Dosumu and Babangida, there was vision, there was foresight, and there was dream. Both leaders share a common dream about Lagos and its role in national building. In all respects, the two leaders were audacious and auspicious in the way they treated the circumstances which existed on them. She continues, King Dosumu respected because of the historical evolution which Lagos underwent before attaining its present status of one of Africa's most developed and industrial cities. But Babangida symbolizes ramifications, the contemporary revolution going on in Lagos for the integration of all the country's diverse interests and the stability of its country. Perhaps this is the legacy of honor which the book seeks to canonize and for which the author is privileged to be a great grandchild of Dosumu and to have the opportunity to witness the time of Babangida. In conclusion, I want to itemize a number of substantive themes which run through the book, Lagos Legacy of Honor. Although not clearly formulated and accurate, I think a central theme of the book is the conception of public service, of statesmanship, of leadership, and testamentary, a judiciary aspect, to promote and improve the general good. This is, in one sense, in which the legacy should be understood. A supremely important and relevant one as we face the death problem. This is the legacy of honor, which the author tries to illustrate through Dosumu and President Babangida. Perhaps it is this also that explains what I refer to as her own considerable record of public service to her own community and the assiduity with which she pursues her own role as the hero of Lagos, bringing dignity and a sense of purpose to bear on that role. Another substantive theme of the book is the cosmopolitan nature, indeed, the Africanness of Lagos. The book provides us with an historical kaleidoscope of the integrated role of Lagos as a melting pot, although the implications of this for the current position of the Omaekos as an endangered species need more focus. The third substantive theme of the book is the dialectical relationship between culture and development. Although not fully developed, this theme runs through the book in a tantalizing manner. The impression one gets both from the book and the public life of the author herself is that Lagos illustrates the modernization of tradition and that the lessons we should draw from this is the need for also distinguish between tradition and traditionalism. And by congratulating Prince Abiola Dosunmu Elefede Fernandez for what is a commendable effort and for the simplicity of style and the elegance of language reflected in the book, I once had the privilege of reviewing before as distinguished an audience as this one. Another book on Lagos Ride, the book on Obakoye Concern by Harvard. I made reference to this here because it seems to me that the House of Dosunmu seems to be monopolizing the writing of the history of the institution. But we must perhaps await the completion of books by descendants of other royal houses to gain a more balanced view of the place of royalty in the history of Lagos. But until this is done, we all Prince Abiola Dosunmu Elefede Fernandez a great deal for what is the most refreshing to literature, social,
This way. No, this way.
So I'm going to do the dedication of the Lord Change Book. I want to recognize
distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the chief host and authoress today. I must first of all apologize for my father's absence. He's presently out of the country. However, it is, I think, a matter of faith that I should get to launch, or shall I say, to dedicate this book. Because my very first hero in life was the late Widow of Elizabeth. In fact, I'm not using that word like even alive today, I probably would have been the artist because I absolutely loved and enjoyed all his tales about life in the army. Whenever he came back from the front during the Civil War, the stories enthralled me completely. And when he died, I lost Kashi. However, I must congratulate Auntie Biola that she's managed to show her inner strength and to have demonstrated in all she's done all the attributes of a first-class lady. Coming to the book, I will not bore you by going through the book again. The reviewer has already done that excellently. I'm here to dedicate the book, not to launch it. If I remember, the word is chief dedicate. So, in the spirit of dedication, I shall, on behalf of my father, dedicate this book with a sum of 50,000 naira.
Being very proud to be invited among the guests of honor. I think maybe they earlier thought that I was still a presidential candidate. His vision died a long time ago. But I feel very proud to be invited here to dedicate, as another dedicate of one